Hey guys, we've got a fun one for you today. We threw a 360-degree camera on top of the Mavic Air. You just can't get 360-degree video like this with the camera itself, despite its ability to get 360-degree pano shots and even fun asteroids. You can't do video like this, so stick with us and we're going to show you how we did this and some more footage. So we put our LG 360 cam on top of the Mavic Air. We did that with our 3D printed mount, a zip tie, and some 3M double-sided sticky tape. Gets the job done, and we've done it before. Here it is on the bottom of the Phantom 3, and here it is on top of the Mavic Pro. We got some really cool footage with this, flying around sunset before we had about 1.5 feet of snow on the ground. And even here on the bottom of a non-GPS drone, the Bugs 3 from MJX got one of my favorite shots here over a pool in Mexico. We even threw this little camera on top of the DJI Spark. I was a little nervous doing this, but it turned out the Spark handled it okay. The motors did get a little warm, and we could get some really cool shots with this here over a barn. This was the shortest flight here. We've never shown this one of this camera. We threw it on the bottom of a SEMA X8. And why was it a short flight? Well, because it turns out the Wi-Fi signal, if you're trying to transmit the video from the camera, does interfere with the drone. And here you can see as I cower, running in fear as Jack tries to save the house from the drone and the drone from the house. Turns out the only thing that didn't make it out of this crash alive was one of the propellers. Somehow those SEMA drones seem to survive everything. The house did okay too. Camera actually survived and totally unscratched, unscathed, and that's how we can get this footage here. Now you can see, even though the camera is only a few inches tall, we can zoom way out and make it look like we're a few feet above the drone, which is pretty cool. And we've got our little logo attempting to hide the mounting of the camera as we fly through the trees here, and you can totally change the perspective of the camera as you fly, actually in post-processing and editing using free software from Insta360 is how we did it. Now just to compare, here's the same exact flight recorded on the Mavic Air's camera. You can see it is much more sharp, a little bit different color as well, and you can even make out details there. If you see a horse or two in the background, you just wouldn't have been able to see that when the 360 camera is spreading a full spherical field of view over basically the same number of pixels with almost a 4K video. Here again, a flight through the yards. Just cool to see how you can kind of look like you're on the back of the drone here with the camera, almost like third-person view. And luckily my neighbors like me, no one's shot the drone down yet. And you can just transition into this cool tiny planet. So here I tried to position the Mavic Air in between 3 of these snow-covered trees. Thought it'd be a cool shot. They're a little close to get quite the effect I was going for. Sometimes it looks really cool when you've got these 360 cameras and some tall things around that stick up above the horizon in a tiny planet. Talk real quick about the stability. There is some stabilization in the LG 360 cam, electronic, but it's just not as good as some of the other more expensive cameras you can get. We just haven't got one of those nicer cameras. Here you can see a similar blast off, this time looking down with the Mavic Air camera for a very different effect. Obviously, in this case, the ability to view underneath the drone instead of on top of it. So this shot here I thought was just cool with the trees coming down around the drone in this tiny planet view. Again, a video you just can't get even with the Spark or the Mavic Air in their pano shots. Now we do hope DJI is coming up with a true 360 drone. We think basically they've been waiting for the camera technology and the resolution to get there. We came up with some concepts of what a Phantom X or Phantom 360 drone might look like. There's some CAD models I made up. We just think this would be super cool to get this unobstructed 360 footage from the air like you're flying, and you can post-process it and look any direction you want. We clearly see a strong push from DJI in that direction. We like this idea so much we even made a little mock-up ourselves. If you've ever seen the Phantom X teaser video from DJI, you know that did that hand toss there. So a dome on top, a dome on bottom, the ability to get video top and bottom. We can't wait for a true 360 camera drone. But until then, we're going to keep strapping our camera on top of every drone we can get our hands on for some cool stuff. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you subscribe. Give us a like. We had a lot of fun making this. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and we'll see you next time.